Is tattooing dying? What's becoming of this subculture that is now pop culture? Where do I find myself within it? And in 2025, should you even get in it or get out? Think of being an artist commercially in any other scenario and how likely it is to make a living as a professional musician or painter or photographer. As tattooing grows and grows and grows, it's it's growingly more difficult to hold your spot. I will say I have felt the slowdown, but I'm in the position to where I can kind of travel a bit, you know, if it's not coming to me, I can go to it. And so, although I have less appointments coming in, I'm very, very lucky to be able to go and get it, you know? So the first point people are gonna say is it's just too many tattooers. And I think this comes from over accessibility, not needing to be a craftsman anymore. You hear about tattooers 10 years ago, 20 years ago, say they didn't have guidance or an apprenticeship, they're making tattoo equipment from crap around the house, right? It takes a certain kind of person to put that together, right? To figure that out. And the person that goes through that to figure that out, they're kind of capable of continuing to forge their own path, if that makes sense. But there's been a new path that's been kind of just busted open by accessibility and supplies sold to anybody from the internet. And that would be, I mean, I don't want to name names, but you know, if you're a tattooer and you have a problem with the industry and where it's going and you like where it was, you have to consider your place in it and who you buy from and who they support. Now, the other thing would be so much time on people's hands, right? The COVID boom, it's said to be 1 million new tattooers. And I don't know the exact numbers, but I would venture to say it's more, right? Now, if I started tattooing right now in 2025, would I not utilize social media? Would I not type in how to tattoo on YouTube? Would I not buy the kit off Amazon too? Am I any better than the scratcher right now? Maybe that's you. I don't think so. You're gonna take whatever opportunities are given to you. Now, it's kind of changed in a way where people don't really value, people don't wanna master tattooing. They don't wanna make tattooing better. They wanna make it easy. Does that make sense? So this conversation, again, I want this to be a big conversation between us right now. I want you to reply to what I said right now because it's so difficult to have this one-sided thing when I'm talking to the world right now, right? Because many of you are starting right now. Many of you want to start right now. Many of you might be quitting right now. And a lot of people are fed up and confused right now. Another point I'd bring is economic pressure. A lot of tattooers are quitting just due to like, you know, rent increases, tariffs, like supply chain. Like it is a hard time right now for a lot of people around the world. I think that brings us into the inevitable is a lot of tattoo shops are closing. A lot of tattooers are quitting. And this isn't people that just don't have their hearts in it. I hear that a lot. Like, I think there is this kind of like, it'll weed the people out that aren't meant to be in it. And that couldn't be more true. There's many people that have given their life to tattoo who aren't capable of making a living in tattoo. And now, when I started tattooing, one of the things that weeds you out right out the gate is the promise that you're never gonna make it in this tattoo business, that you're not doing this for money. You'll do anything for tattoo. And in return, it might give you a little bit back, right? But you know, over time, people get married, they have families, they have growing responsibilities, and they want some of what they put into this craft to be reciprocated in some capacity, right? So we can't just like fault people for wanting to make a living at the thing they've dedicated their life to. And again, the tattooers that are quitting right now, the shops that are closing right now, it's not people that suck. That is a part of it, but this is happening to everyone right now, you know? So people are being sold that this is like a blossoming career. And they're being sold this from tattoo supply companies trying to sell you shit. And by tattoo influencers that are peddling their shit, right? And they're saying, oh, tattooing's not harder, you know, it's weeding out the weak. And that's largely bullshit, right? I think that it's hard to be a tattooer. And I think right now we're facing this thing where it's never been harder, and it's also never been easier. It's easier than ever to become a tattooer, and it's harder than ever to stay a tattooer. And there's tattooers that are well established that aren't doing well, and there's tattooers that just started out that also can't figure it out either. So, quick point I want to make, tattoo industry, that often doesn't mean you and me. That is not the act of tattooing. Tattoo industry is the supplies sold to tattooers. When you hear all this money being made, it's largely not being made in tattoo shops. And we look at, you know, who's pumping money, who's paying for these sponsored ads on your page, where you're buying your tattoo shit, you might be complicit in it. You gotta vote with your dollar. And if you're a tattooer, strongly consider you support tattooer-owned businesses. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what I'm spitting, Unite and Win Tattoo Supply, it's just me. I'm growing it. It's just us, 100% tattooing. If you're new to this, heed the warning. And if you're gonna stay in this, adapt, consider what's happening, and I don't know, hopefully you don't find yourself stuck. Consider telling a story, making a video, putting yourself out there, sharing a picture of your face. That's the biggest way that you're gonna separate yourself from everyone else, because you, whether you know it or not, you are unique, and there's only one of you. When people scroll through, they might just see another tattoo. So that's the end of the video. Comment below, let's continue this conversation, and I'll see you in the next one.